Hello everybody, my name is Smasher225 and today I have a Slayer DMR's game on Reflection. Yes, I know I'm mixing it up from my normal Let's Play routine. But you know, Super Meat Boy is great, but you just can't do it all the time. Sometimes you just gotta go, you know what? I'm doing something different. And that's teamwork right there. Guy comes in, buddy snipes him in the chest, I put a round in his face. If that isn't teamwork, I don't know what is, besides the fact that you should have hit the fucking head, you dumb son of a bitch. My buddy who's probably gonna watch that is gonna comment below and I'm gonna say, haha, he missed his head. And he just takes my other buddy's kill. Way to go, man, way to go. Yeah, this is a game I decided to cast with me and my two buddies in this game. So we are playing with a random, but not that bad. You know, we're having a good time, just pub stomping. I think we're doing really good in these last couple of games. So this is one of those days when the three of us got into a team and just cleaned up shop. I'm not sure how well this game was, but when we get together, we know how we play. So, yeah, you know, take this guy. Nice armor lock by him, but he seriously gets outplayed here. Throws the one grenade, tries to come in. I don't know what the hell that is, but just gets outplayed there with the shoddy. Buddy comes in for the assist, and we just decide to beat on the hologram for a bit because, you know, holograms aren't real people. They deserve to die. Yes, I just said that. But anyway, getting back to the game, you know, doing good. We're up 12-2. I think I have 2 kills at this point, so nothing too big. You know, just having top control, which on this map is actually very important. I'm watching my radar, because that's another important thing you have to do. Just trying to see where everybody is, you know. We got a good commanding lead. I don't need to do anything stupid. You know, I'm not saying I'm camping, although some people are probably going to be like, camp. But whatever, you know. Get that guy with the rocket right there, you know. You gotta use what you gotta use. Our random teammate doesn't even know what a hologram is. Get a double kill there. Run up to this guy. Get a shotgun kill. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He was just standing there. Outplay him as he seriously could not hit the head. Give him a nice little love tap. Just because I feel like being a little bit of a dick. Nice hologram there, but turns out it didn't actually help him in the long run. Thought I went back for rocket spawn, but realized I was a couple seconds too early. Decided to switch out my shoddy, but there's plenty of DMRs on the map, so I'm gonna keep that. Jumping up, thought you could reach that, but turns out you can't. So just you know, trying to get back top control. You know, that is important on this map. You do need top control. In Halo, positioning is your biggest asset. I'm not sure how that guy died, but I'm going to take it. Positioning is your greatest key in this game. You know, it is one of your best assets. You know, you take top control, especially on a map like this. You get top control. You hold these platforms in this ramp, you know. Very good at holding everything down. You can determine the pace of the game. Also doesn't help, we're up 30-2, so this is just, at this point, we're up against nubs at this point, so, you know, we've given up almost. Well, not necessarily given up, but we've definitely made it work for our team, so you know, we're doing pretty good. Actually, we're doing fucking amazing, but whatever. A couple guys down bottom, you can see that on their radar. Throwing a grenade up there because I think they might see me. See the other grenade, called my buddy, tell him to get back because there's a grenade. Just, you know, looking on my tracker, seeing where they're going to be, where they are. Should I drop down? We're up. At this point in the game, you don't have to do anything stupid. You're up by basically 30. You don't need to do anything stupid. You guys can just determine the pace of your game by yourself. If you're playing as a team, they're probably not. So you do have to, you know, just realize that, you know, just pay attention, keep the flow of the game, work on your basics, you know. Thought I was going to go greedy and get the assassination, but decided to shoot him. Got 13 kills, 0 deaths at this point, so right now I'm thinking perfection. You know, we're up by 35. I'm 1 kill away. At least if I'm 1 kill away and I survive. So I'm not gonna play stupid. We've basically won. Guy, I think, just grabbed the rockets. Buddy runs up there, dies. So, you know, just kill him, you know. It's one of those things, yes, you shouldn't necessarily just camp, but, you know, at this point in the game, if I were to see somebody camp, they've got 15-0, it's 44-7. Yes, they shouldn't be camping, they shouldn't be going for the end of the game, but at the same point, the game is basically over. I'm going to give props to the other team for not quitting. Because, you know,
5 minutes.
They're getting honestly destroyed at this point, and they aren't backing down. They're still staying in the game. I'm going to give them props. Round of applause, you know. I'll give them props. They stayed in the game. They didn't back out like a bunch of pussies. I think I'm going back for rockets, but apparently it's gone. So, you know, I'm just going to wait a couple seconds for it to respawn. I think I was on top of my time, but it turns out I'm actually a minute late. Someone's already grabbed the rockets. So, you know, hindsight being 20/20, I thought the rockets would be spawning any second. Talking to my buddies going, yeah, I just don't want to die right now. As anyone would. Pop out the glass for the hell of it. A couple guys. There's a guy there, a guy up top. He also had the same idea, but rocket guy right there. Get that kill. Perfection. It was 16-0. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in my next video. See you guys.